Let me tell you guys a story. So December 7th, 2025, I remember that was a Sunday. I was going to church and I hopped on a commercial vehicle. So while I was seated in that bus, I was just having this thought of timing, anything could happen. I was just thinking about it and it was very weird to me. Like, why am I thinking about this? Shortly after I just finished processing that thought, I remember the driver went into a filling station to get fuel. And as he was driving out of the filling station, he did a U-turn, and that U-turn was very sharp. The lady seated at the edge of the door fell out of the vehicle. The reflex was so sharp. I had to grab her, and bear in mind that her two legs were outside the vehicle. So what I held on to was just her hand, so that at least her head does not, hit the ground. God forbid any bad thing. So interestingly, when this lady got into the vehicle, the driver parked, everybody was telling her, oh, sorry. Nobody said thank you, auntie, at least for the attempt to hold this person's hand, because God forbid it could have been both of us that were thrown out of the bus. But that's human empathy, to grab somebody, not to let somebody fall down or get badly injured. I grabbed her, I held her, made sure that she was okay. So she came to the vehicle. Everybody kept saying, you're so smart. You're so smart. You tried. You didn't allow yourself to fall down. You are so smart. You would have fallen more than that. You are so alert. Nobody said, oh, madam, thank you so much for, helping. Even the person did not even say thank you. So it could be as a result of shock or people completely unaware of what just happened, because it happened like a flash. So what I want to say here is that people forget the hero. Even the people that the hero saved, most times they actually forget who saved them. This particular topic is very dicey, very sensitive, and also I'm going to link it with a particular movie that I watched. It's called The Lost Boss. I remember my partner and I had a very lengthy conversation about how people forget heroes. When we're having this conversation, it was like, oh, whenever you want to make your next movie review, talk about this movie. And I was like, yeah, I will. So thank God that there's a perfect story to link these two together. So what I'm trying to do here in this particular video is just to help us brainstorm and also help us be a lot more conscious and a lot more aware of people that are putting in the work to make sure that things are going so well. Because it's crazy that most of the times the loudest applause always or often comes when the main person that deserves it has already walked out of the stage. It happens so many times. You hear it in so many burial ceremonies. People saying, oh, this person was a perfect hero. You hear it almost every now and then. People say this a lot about people that stood in, gave everything, sacrificed. I'll be taking some examples from this particular movie that you guys can see here on the screen, The Lost Boss. Welcome to my channel. I am here to share. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for another interesting conversation. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Rex. I'm a content creator, spoken word poet, movie audio editor. I am always excited to have you guys, every now and then make videos for you, entertain you, just make you guys see the world through my lens. I just finished filming videos about my experience at the Experience 2025. I shared a whole lot of information in those videos. I made 2 videos. I spoke about a whole lot behind the scene, press conference. I shared a whole lot. I'll drop those videos links below. Please check them out. So if you are seeing my face for the first time, I create interesting videos. Please like, share, subscribe to this community. It just helps us grow. I'll drop some previous videos linked below this particular one. Like, share, subscribe. Check out any of them. Thank you so much for returning subscribers, for always coming back to watch my videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So guys, let's establish one fact. Heroes are not always in the spotlight. They are the ones creating, building, grinding, networking, trying to make sure that everybody is doing okay, sacrificing, simply because they cannot just stand, fold their arms and watch things fall apart. So let us talk briefly about this particular movie called The Lost Boss.
We gotta get these kids out of here.
Tell them to save lives wherever they can. That's all we can do now.
So let me give you guys a quick summary of this movie. This particular movie called The Lost Boss was released this year, 2025. The movie is just based on a real-life experience from the 2018 campfire, one of the deadliest wildfire that happened in California history. That movie was very intense. Shout out to the VFX team, the sound team, the actors, the children, everybody played a role to make that movie communicate the message 100%. So I'll definitely give everybody, the cast and crew, their flowers. You just keep thinking about how the victims in this situation survive. So the plot of the movie was in November 8th, 2018, there was this wildfire that was so rapid that engulfed this Paradise City in California, and the fire was really spreading. And there was this bus driver called Kelvin that was trying to get to his own sick son to give his son drugs, but he was being called to come and evacuate 22 children. And just for the love of humanity, he had to go and rescue those children. A teacher called Mary, she joined him to take the children to their parents, because most times children are comfortable with the faces that they are very familiar with. So that was why Mary joined the bus to make sure that they get to their families. Thick smoke, choking heat, roadblocks, chaos, fear, everything played a factor. Okay, so the reason why I had to go this far to explain this movie briefly to you guys, and also not to give so much spoilers to those that may not have seen this particular movie, is because when you look at everything that this man went through, you know, trying to navigate roadblocks, make sure that the children go to the arms of their family members. At the end of the day, nobody came to meet him to say, oh, thank you, sir, for saving us, apart from the teacher that suffered with him. I said this to say that when it comes to being a hero, most times, do good because you want to do good. If you do good because of what people would say, most times you end up getting so disappointed. And that's why I just want to talk about this topic. I feel like it's something that I could have just looked past, but I felt like, okay, my husband and I had a conversation about this particular movie to come and analyze it and just get like minds to discuss it here online. And also this particular similar experience that I have, I just want to link them together to tell you that, okay, in that lady situation, I played the hero. And also in this situation of the movie, this guy was the main hero, because if he had not turned the vehicle around to go and rescue those children, trust me, those children could have been engulfed in the fire. Also, all his skills, putting everything together. There was a particular scene that he had to wait somewhere and fire was getting closer and closer. He had to, you know, find a way to tell the children to leave the edge of the bus. They had to put water in clothes and told children to put it on their nose so that they don't get to inhale the very hot air coming from the fire. He had to put everything together just to rescue these children. If you look at it in real life, it happens most of the time where the hero in any situation pulls out everything in their arsenal just to make sure that something works, somebody stays alive, somebody goes to school, somebody achieves something. At the end of the day, sometimes it's being ridiculed. Let me give you a very close example. Just imagine you have a younger sibling. You did everything. When you say everything, you did everything to put that sibling through school. And eventually that sibling got wealthy and started doing well. And maybe you that was the hero did not do well as much as, you know, you would have turned out if you had focused on yourself. Yeah. So imagine that sibling now coming to ask you, okay, how much did you spend? What exactly did you do? No matter the amount of money somebody pays you to say, oh, thank you, it cannot be up to the worth of what you have done for that person, sacrifice for that particular person. Surprisingly, in most cases, it could be maybe all your sacrifice, you got like 5K to give your sibling not to be chased out of school, for example. And imagine that same sibling now giving you something like 2 million and saying, what did you do for me? Trust me, it's going to really hurt. So I feel like when it comes to this topic of hero, first of all, shout out to everybody making sacrifice for things not to fall apart. That's one. Secondly, I feel like this topic is deeper than I'm saying it. Just a reflection for us to look through our lives and see which hero have we disappointed, which hero deserves to hear a thank you from us. It could be parents, siblings, family member, anybody that stood in the gap when it mattered the most. So I also want to use this video to shout out to everybody that has supported me at every point in my life. I don't take your support for granted. Without you guys, I don't know where I would be. This particular video is also me saying thank you to my mentors, my supporters, my fans, those that watch my videos. You guys really mean a lot to me. This movie is not just about the passengers stranded in danger. It's also about people who kept calm when everyone panicked. For those that thought clearly when others were shouting, the ones who chose sacrifice instead of survival instinct, as in to run away, those that stood in the gap, shout out to all of you. And that's the thing about heroes. They really look the strongest. They really sound like the loudest. But when life tests everyone on board, they are the ones that will rise to the occasion. So in this particular movie called The Lost Boss, that hero didn't wear any cape. just like Superman. He didn't even get properly recognized for saving those children. But best believe that without heroes, nobody, including myself, would have made it out. So all the heroes in our lives, big shout out to you. You have really done amazing. In every disaster, every crisis, every moment of fear, there's always someone silently holding the world together. A hero in a shadow, a hero we always remember when it's too late. And shout out to the producers of this movie. Fantastic movie, one of the best movies that came out in 2025. If you have not seen that movie, please go check it out. My sound colleagues, fantastic. I love every sound. I felt everything. Nothing too much in my opinion. Everything was just right. So guys, I'll see you in my next video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. It's me, Glory Rex, signing out, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.
1,000 faces, glowing screams. You're the roots of all my dreams. I see you there, every click, every share. You build me up, you make me